Kentucky Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
What a nice fish.
It's an opportunity to hopefully get that bird in the lake.
Hey, we got another one over here.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got? That was awesome. Got the first belt.
Barely made it out of the field.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point, they're in there.
There they go.
Look at that joker.
Woo!
That's a good one there. Look at that. Beautiful.
Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. This week, we're going to surprise a young man with a fishing trip. Then we're going to ride along with biologists and learn a little more about our Lake Sturgeon stocking program. But first, we're going to jump in a boat with Game Wardens and see what they're doing to help keep everyone safe this summer on the water. Hey, man.
Howdy.
I'm Officer Abrams with Fish and Wildlife. We're at Taylorsville Lake today in Spencer County. I'm assigned to Oldham County. Officer Casper here is assigned to Spencer County.
This lake is one of the busiest in the state, mainly because of the proximity to Louisville. It just draws a lot of people from, our biggest metro area. We get a lot of people out here. Our mission is to enforce the hunting, fishing, and boating laws in the state. This time of the year, it's mainly boating. We're out here mainly to keep people safe, make sure people go home without being hurt at the end of the day.
While we're out here doing boat patrol, it doesn't mean that we ignore 150 charges, which is hunting and fishing. Even on boat patrol, if we see someone fishing, whether it's on the dam or from a boat, we'll go ahead and check them, and if we have any issues there, we will address them. Howdy, y'all catching any? Itty bitty sunfish. All right, we're gonna pull up right here beside you real quick, get you checked out and be out of your hair, okay?
We did a safety compliance check after checking their fishing license, make sure they had life jackets for everybody on the boat, had a fire extinguisher, sound producing device.
Last thing, how about an air horn or a whistle, some sort of noise making device?
I've got a horn over there.
Give me a little toot. All right, guys, well, be careful, rest of your day, have a good day, and hopefully you catch some fish, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, have a safe one.
Hey, you too,
You
thanks.
too, happy 4th.
Thank you.
That dog.
Dog, where's dog?
Over there on the swim platform.
That's a good dog.
You gotta love the dogs.
Yeah, I love them. We don't deserve them, Lord knows. Hello. Oh, you got a fishing license handy on you? No, that's a Florida license. You need to have a Kentucky fishing license. You don't have a Kentucky fishing license? No. One bluegill. A few more and you have a pretty good sandwich. All righty. Awesome. Thank you, sir. You have a good one. Good luck. You guys got a couple fishing licenses on you?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So far, we've checked a few fishing licenses. We noticed everyone on the boat so far is being safe and having fun. We love to see that. We're all about fun, but we'll make sure that you're being safe about it too. That's the big thing, is safety out here.
So like that girl sitting on that pontoon, you'll see that on plane going down the lake. And that's the kind of thing we're looking for. I mean, in the end, we're out here to make sure everybody's safe.
I don't know if he's got a spotter on the boat.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, sir. I'm Officer Abrams with Fish and Wildlife.
All right.
The reason we're stopping you is because we don't see you got a spotter on this boat for the tubers there.
Okay.
And
What's that mean?
someone to watch the people on the tube while you're towing them. Do you have any sort of mirrors or anything like that? No? Okay.
So next time I have to do that then? I have to have somebody that's driving while someone's watching them?
Yeah.
Correct, if you don't have the mirrors.
So basically one of you guys would have to come in here and watch the other one on the tube, so that way we can do it that way. We have to have a spotter to be safe.
So a basic boat inspection is us just making sure you have all the required safety equipment on your boat. Life jacket for everyone on board, a Type 4 throwable if your boat is 16 feet or over. All boats are also required to have a fire extinguisher on board, and the fire extinguisher has to be serviceable, meaning it cannot be expired.
Okay, yep, that's good.
In addition, all boats have to have a noise-making device, whether it's a horn, an air horn, a whistle, or a bell.
Okay. So yeah, one of them is going to have to come in and be your spotter. So when someone falls off, they see it. In the future, if you get a rearview mirror to mount right there, you wouldn't have to do that. Okay. Okay. All right. So y'all be safe.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Happy 4th of July.
You too. Be careful.
You too.
Whenever you're towing someone, whether it's tubing, skiing, anything like that, you're going to have someone on board with the captain, keeping an eye on the tuber to keep them safe, make sure they can alert the captain when he falls off. Big safety thing. Again, if you don't have someone there to watch them, you need to have mirrors like Officer Catherine was explaining, so you can keep an eye on the tuber.
Well, there you go. Let's go get them. We are.
Yeah, she's holding a kid. Kid's got a life jacket on, but she was holding the kid while she's off with the bass seat.
We saw a person riding in a high-rise bass seat on a bass boat. Above idle speed, it's an illegal, unsafe position.
Good. I'm Officer Abrams with Fish and Wildlife. The reason we're pulling y'all over, when the boat's underway, like it just was, you can't have anyone sitting up on an elevated bass seat. Okay? So hang tight just a second. I got you. I don't want you to get your fingers pinched or fall in or nothing. Quite often we see people riding on the bow of the boat or the stern of the boat. The bow of the boat's gonna be the front of the boat, stern's gonna be the back. That's a violation and is extremely unsafe. Hypothetically, if your boat's underway and you hit a wake, you have a rider riding in one of those unprotected positions and they fall overboard, a lot can happen real quick. So we definitely take that very seriously.
Make sure you do one of the two, okay? All the information you need is on the back, okay? All right.
All right, thank you guys.
Be careful.
Y'all have a safe holiday, okay?
We appreciate y'all. Hope everything goes well today.
Yes, ma'am. Getting ready to go pull this boat over.
Yep. Stop. 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 Go ahead and throw it in neutral for me.
How are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. I'm Officer Abrams, Fish and Wildlife. Look, the reason we're pulling y'all over is because y'all are taking off underway and you have a rider hanging outside the protective gunwale of the boat. Okay? That's a big safety thing.
Okay.
I'm sure you can imagine you hit a wake or something like that, he falls overboard, you're underway.
Yeah.
You can get real bad real quick, okay? Hang tight 1 second. Captain, you got some ID on you?
When it comes to a pontoon, especially on the front of the pontoon outside of the protective railing, if you fall off of that, you're just going in between the pontoons straight back to the motor. And we've seen the aftermath of those types of things, and that's why we're very serious about them, and we stop and we write citations for that.
A little 2-in-1 action there. Same exact reason we pulled the first boat over. That's a really big safety thing. If, God forbid, something happens while someone's on the outside that protective gunwale, and get real bad real quick. So we take this very seriously.
We've flown them out of here to U of L for that. When they go off the front of a pontoon and get sucked in between the pontoons, and takes them straight back to the motor. We don't have a lot of idle speed areas on this lake, but we have a few. The main one being by the marina. And we get a lot of complaints from the marina about people violating that no wake zone. So we patrol it often while we're on the lake, mainly because of the damage that it could do to the marina and the boats tied up in the marina.
Well, there you go. Breaking wake pretty big there. Back her up.
Make sure they don't switch drivers.
All right. Talking about the no wake right there? Yeah. Yep, that would be the exact reason why we're stopping you, okay? Yeah.
Actually talking to the baby right here when it happened.
All right, I'm Officer Casper, Fish and Wildlife. The reason we pulled you over was because of the wake.
Yes, sir.
Can we see a life jacket for everybody on board, please?
Yep.
Life jackets are very important. When something bad happens on the water, it happens really fast, and you don't have time to put on a life jacket. Basically, on a vessel, everyone on board has to have a life jacket that they can put on. If you're under the age of 12, that child has to be wearing the life jacket while the boat is underway.
So the other issue is the infant doesn't have a life jacket on.
Okay.
Anyone under the age of 12 has to have a life jacket on at all times.
Okay. We bought it, we had it.
Do you have one that fits?
Yeah.
Let's see that.
On a jet ski, anytime the jet ski is underway, anybody riding the jet ski has to be wearing a life jacket, or a PFD, which stands for personal flotation device. If you're skiing and tubing, the person being towed behind the boat on the skis or the tube must be wearing a life jacket, regardless of age. If we see a violation like that, we definitely stop them, because the safety aspect of it, to prevent injury or something worse. And of course, it is against the law, so whenever we see it, we are going to enforce it.
All right, sir. What I did is I wrote you for the no wake zone and child under 12 not wearing a PFD, okay?
I've had to work a few drownings in my career. I've only been on a little over 3 years now, and I have already had to work a handful of drownings. A lot of them, if not all of them, could have been prevented with a life jacket on.
I love being a conservation officer. It's one of those jobs that I believe I was born for. I love to hunt, fish, I love boating, and that's what we do. We enforce hunting, fishing, and boating.
Ever since I was a kid, I realized I wanted to do something with the outdoors. And when I found out there was essentially a police officer for the outdoors, for people that hunt, fish, and boat, I knew that's what I wanted to do. Ever since I've been hired on, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
I just love to get out there and do my part to keep people safe and ensure that hunting, fishing, boating will be around for my children.
Evan is a young man who's a family friend of mine and a longtime fan of Kentucky Afield, and he had no idea that we were going to pick him up and take him fishing.
Well, this morning we're going to do something fun. We're out here on my home lake of Nolan Lake, and this morning I'm going to go pick up a young kid who has no idea that we're coming to get him. He's a gentleman I met about 2 years ago, and he absolutely loves to fish. He's 12 years old. His name's Evan. He's from Central Indiana. Super good kid, huge fan of Kentucky Afield, and I just got word that he is standing on his dock hoping that the white bass come up this morning. We've already okayed it with his parents, so we're going to pull up. He has no idea we're coming. I don't know what his reaction will be. We're going to pick him up and take him fishing for a day on Kentucky Afield, and hopefully it's a day he'll never forget, and we'll catch plenty of fish.
You catch anything? You seen them in the jumps yet? Well, guess what? You wanna go with me? Your dad knows you're going. Today's your day, man. We're gonna go out and try to catch some white bass, and you're going fishing on Kentucky Afield if you wanna go. Really? You wanna go? Yeah. Have you caught any fish yet? Well, let's get in the boat and run up the lake a long way, see if we can't locate some more fish. We already saw a bald eagles, already caught him a white bass this morning, see if we can't go have some luck. All right, hop on in. So Evan, how old are you now?
12.
And how long have you been fishing?
Maybe 8 years now.
Okay, yeah, so you started really young. Yeah. You know, I know you watch a lot of the Kentucky Afield segments because you're always asking me about them. And you don't get Kentucky Afield up where you live, do you?
No.
So how do you watch it?
We have a lake house down in Kentucky that we just, me and my dad get up early in the morning and we just watch the shows.
Okay, so you record them?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So tell me which one's been some of your favorite shows.
Well, I like the ones where you go and you go to like Green River and stuff and you go catch smallmouth bass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a good time. I'm seeing a couple of 1s and 2s jumping, but not like big groups of them. I'll tell you what, let's cast a rod out and troll for a minute. And while we do this, we'll just wait and see if we see them start coming up. But I know there's fish right here. We're going to move and see if we can't find the fish. And we're going to be fishing while we're looking.
Uh-oh, yep, here we go. We got a couple. We're gonna troll you right through those, so get ready. Our lure should be getting close. Oh, here you go. You wanna reel this one in? What you got there, buddy?
Largemouth bass.
Largemouth, huh?
Or spotted.
Oh, yep, it is a largemouth bass. Hey, that's a fun catch. It's not exactly what we're after today, but we'll take that. If we start catching a bunch of those, we'll move.
All right.
But we'll see what happens. I'll tell you what, let's turn around and troll right back through there again and see if we catch 2 largemouth, 3 largemouth, we'll go find some white bass.
He's super hot right now.
Oh man, that water temperature is literally 87 degrees.
It's like bath water.
It is like bath water. Here you go. Let's turn, make a cast, and try it again. Here we go. Oh, it's a largemouth again.
You can reel it.
All right. This might be a spot. Nope, largemouth.
It's a nice fish.
A little bit better.
It's a nice one.
Here you go, largemouth bass. Out here in the jumps. Tells you that's where all the bait is at.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here you go, Evan. You want this one? White bass, white bass,
Yeah.
white bass. Here you go.
It's another, I think it might be, well, it's a white bass.
White bass, white bass. That's what we've been looking for. Nice job, buddy. Hey, we're out here in the middle.
I know.
Maybe that's where they're at. There you go, white bass. Now, you caught a couple of these off your dock the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a good sign.
Sure is.
All right, there you go. Nice job.
Thanks.
You want to turn it loose? I know you're a really good caster on that rod and reel. We're going to try one more spot, and then maybe black bass, but a spot that we may be able to get in there and let you make some casts and catch something that way.
Oh, I got one.
Uh-oh, fish on?
Largemouth.
Pretty good little fish.
Holy.
He's pulling hard, isn't he?
Yeah. It's spotted bass, look at that.
That's a good size spotted bass. Nice job, buddy. That's a good one. Pretty fish.
There he goes.
Well, Evan, it's only 9 o'clock and it is getting hot. What do you think? You want to call it quits?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, fish are still jumping, but it is so hot it's hard to be in the boat. But before we go in, I want to take you back this creek and show you something really pretty. This is going to be cool. What do you think about this? So this is a good place to come when it's really, really hot.
I know.
Feels cool, doesn't it?
Lots of shade.
And a lot of shade. When we've had more rain, there's usually a little waterfall coming off right here. And I was gonna come here and cool off, but I don't believe we got enough, don't have enough water to do it today. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a fun day of fishing. It's hot out there though. We brought you back here to this little spot because it's kind of a really pretty location that's also cool in temperature, and it's a good place to come, have a drink, and a granola bar. What do you think? It's been a lot of fun. You and I get to fish quite a bit together. Today wasn't the best, but I had a great time, and I really appreciate you coming out with me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
It was a good time. We'll do it again soon. How about that?
Sounds good.
The lake sturgeon is one of the oldest fish species that can be found here in the state of Kentucky, and fisheries biologists are doing what they can to ensure that they're here for generations to come.
So we're here at the Peter W. Pfeiffer Fish Hatchery in Frankfort, Kentucky. We're going to be marking sturgeon today. It's a lake sturgeon. This is a restoration effort where we used to have lake sturgeon that existed in Kentucky.
So lake sturgeon are one of our really large, charismatic, big-bodied ancient fishes. We haven't had a lake sturgeon that was native caught in Kentucky since 1954, and it was down on the Cumberland River. We started this restoration program due to the fact that this fish is native to our waters. The range has declined due to overfishing, due to dams, due to pollution. So just like the elk and the peregrine falcon and the deer and the turkey, this is kind of the fisheries restoration project. And we have a hatchery building that's almost kind of built for our lake sturgeon. They have recirculation tanks which allow us to chill the water to the temperature in which they need. That has given us many years of 90% plus survivability, which is, when we're dealing with rare fishes, that's a really good thing.
So today in the hatchery, we're taking the fish that have been reared from the egg to this larger than fingerling size, and we remove scutes from the side of the body. Now these are the bony plates that line the outside on the body of the lake sturgeon. So by removing two scutes that are side by side, that creates a gap. And as the fish grows, that gap is preserved.
And that lets us know, like, this is a 2007 year fish versus a 2010 year fish versus this year's 2022 fish.
We have folks getting the fish out of the raceways into these tubs. We use an anesthetic to temporarily knock out the fish so that we can do the procedure. It doesn't harm the fish. And once that's done, we put them in a second tub of fresh water, which is the recovery tub. You know, the fish will come around within a minute or two, and then they go back into a separate raceway, and those are the ones that have been completed. And so we just cycle through this process until all of the fish have been marked, and then they'll be ready to go on the truck in the coming weeks to their stocking site.
So the lake sturgeon are prehistoric fish. They're actually ancestors to sharks, and paddlefish is another fish species in Kentucky that they're related to. They're kind of like a cousin, and so they're a cartilaginous fish.
So lake sturgeon are kind of the charismatic species for the aquatics world. We talk about the peregrine falcons, elk, deer restoration. This is one of these big fish species. They grow up to 150 to 200 pounds, and it's going to take a long time for them to get there. So thinking about this fish living up to 150 years, so, you know, well past probably our lifespan. So in our retirement, hopefully we'll see these guys spawning and getting some natural reproduction.
The lake sturgeons, they can live to be over 100 years old, so they're a long-lived fish. They can outlive us. Some of these fish that we stock, I may never see the outcome of it in my career, but these fish hopefully will be around for a long time.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Gus just caught his biggest largemouth of his life, and little brother was not so impressed. Congratulations! Kyler Burnett fishes almost every day of his life, and he recently was rewarded by landing this giant 7-pound largemouth bass. Nice job. Here we have Misty Sizemore with a beautiful hybrid bass that she caught on Lake Linville. Congratulations. Check out 3-year-old Reuben Floyd with his first fish ever, a beautiful 9-inch bluegill that he caught from Barren River Lake. Congratulations. 12-year-old Landon Harris caught this beautiful crappie while fishing in Todd County, Kentucky. Congratulations. Here we have Miranda Harrod with her first turkey. She took this longbeard in Adair County, Kentucky. Congratulations. Brantley Jenkins was fishing with his mama and papa and caught this nice 3.5-pound channel cat out of Bullock Pen. Congratulations. Carter Pruitt went fishing at Lake Cumberland and caught this nice 28-inch striper. Nice fish. Check out this beautiful rainbow trout that was caught by Caleb Lands. This fish was caught at Wolf Creek Dam on the Cumberland River. Nice job. Happy 4th of July weekend. Hopefully you're enjoying the outdoors and staying safe on the water. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.